Hello, all you big, beautiful souls out there. I wanted to answer a question that a young mother in California posed to me on YouTube and Aralamb. She was asking about all of the earth changes, and particularly she was asking about a pole shift situation. And so Aralamb does talk a little bit about that in the book, and he can talk about that a little bit now. Um, so he's saying right now that absolutely right now on the planet, we are in the middle of a pretty large planetary geological change over for our planet. And it's twofold, he's saying. Partly, it's because the whole of the universe is shifting upwards through levels of energy. And most of you, if you're listening to this, then you're feeling that and you understand that already, he's saying. And so what happens with these types of energetic shifts, and particularly when we're moving through our universal scape, he's saying, it does cause all kinds of different earth changes, earthquakes, flooding, ocean rise, all different things. And pole shifts have been something that have been in our past a lot of times, he's saying. And he's saying that scientists already know this. Like they know that the magnetic poles change. Now, does that mean that we're all going to die, that you should go out and sell everything you own and that you should, go crazy with fear? Absolutely not. Aralamb is a big proponent, and he's saying right now, I'm a big proponent of always having some type of a plan for your family. That can't hurt, right? That can't hurt. And I'm absolutely not selling anything around survival or any of that. But to have a plan for your family, what will you do if there is a hurricane? What will you do if there's a flood? That kind of thing. So he's always a proponent of critical thinking anyway. And he's saying, but what is really important right now on our planet as to all of the earth changes is your absolutely, he's saying, your spiritual stance on the issue. Because the thing that Aralamb is so adamant about is that for the first time in our history, across a lot of spans of time and across a lot of cataclysmic changes on our planet, for the first time in history, there are enough awake souls, he's saying right now, on the planet that, we can make this shift, we can make this jump, we can all survive. Most of the human race can survive the changes that are coming. And that is a really different thing. He's saying that is a different situation for humanity because up until now, every so often he's saying there would be big planetary shifts that would wipe out large portions of humanity, whether it be by flood or whether it be by earthquake or pole shifts. Now, he's speaking directly on the pole shift right now. He's saying the magnetic pole shift happens. It happens frequently to the planet. It doesn't always happen with cataclysmic events tied to it. Sometimes the poles shift and it's not cataclysmic geographically. This time, the poles are moving, are shifting, are changing. He's saying we may have some difficulty geographically, geologically on the planet. Certainly volcanoes are ramping up, he's saying. However, and he's doing this to me. He's making these hands to me. He's saying, however, for you, the listener, your psychic, spiritual, mental thought process about this is what is shifting humanity to the place where we can make it through this with the masses of us actually surviving and coming out the other side and not losing all of our technology in the process, so that we can make that shift, because the universe, the God creator, wants us as a species now to shift past that annihilation phase. Because so many times in our past, we've either killed ourselves, we've done things as a species that were not good for us. So Aralamb is saying that is why it's so important right now for people to start waking up to their critical thinking mind, waking up to their spiritual, he's saying your true spiritual self, and waking up, he's saying, to your connection with the Creator God. Because if enough of us can wake up and calm down, he's saying, calm down. He's saying, being in fear, and he's repeating it to me, being in fear is not the way to look at these situations. It is not the way. The best way to deal with these situations is to use your critical thinking mind, be calm, because he's saying it's really, he's saying if you want to look at it from the other side, it's a very joyous time, because the idea that we're having these earth changes and the idea that our civilization, our species, he's saying, us, we are all waking up en masse, right? En masse, people are waking up. And so it's the two things he's saying, you would think that earth changes and our waking up would have nothing to do with one another, but in all actuality, and he's showing me this with his hands, he's saying the two things are key to one another. So your attitude about it, and if you can put down fear, no fear, don't have fear around this. Think about what you can do for you and your family. Think about what you can do for your neighbors. Think about how you can be grateful for everything that you have. And when you're looking, he's saying, when you're looking into the future and you're manifesting your future, see yourself living past these times in the best way possible. See yourself coming through these times and these earth changes in a much better place, in a much better way. See yourself, he's saying, tending your garden after the fact. See yourself with your children. See everyone around you being healthy and happy and whole, and that we're all going to get through this together. And he's saying right now, he doesn't mean this to be cliche in any way. A lot of times he'll say he doesn't mean it in a cliche manner. He means it in the most literal manner. What you think and what you feel about this time on the planet has everything to do with how the earth is responding to us and how the earth is responding to shifting up. Because again, he's saying, these earth changes have so much to do also with humans on the earth making the next level of reality, us understanding who we really are in the universe, and also understanding how many other species out there in the universe there are, and also how many humanoid species, because there are cousins to us out there in the world, out in that universe. So he's saying in closing, try to keep all of it in perspective. And he's saying, try to frame it in your mind, knowing, have some joy around the earth changes. It simply means that we are changing, we are growing, and with the right attitude and the right spiritual connection to the Creator God, we can all make it through this time. So living in fear, and he's saying laying in bed at night, worrying about this kind of thing, only draws you toward that energy more. So you really need to see yourself, your family, your friends, all of us as a community, and all of us as a planet at large, making it through these times together. He's also saying right now, if anybody's interested in the earth changes and the cyclical nature of them, Graham Hancock, Aralamb loves Graham Hancock as far as his information and the way he presents it. And a lot of you may recognize that name. So listen, have a great day. Don't live in fear. Don't live in fear around this. Live in critical thinking and joy around this, and it's going to be all right, okay? You all have a great day.